So, good evening. Cop Talk post-match. Man United 4, Liverpool 3, FA Cup quarter final. Yeah, very disappointing one. I don't know. I was watching that game and I could see it coming. I really could. We were so wasteful, so sloppy. Yeah, and we just was. I think it was almost too easy at some point in that game. You know, it was just like we were playing with them. It was like a training game, and then all of a sudden, you know, they're not a good side. They're not. But you know, when you give good players an opportunity, and plus they're at home, they like you said earlier, it's their cup final. You know, they were going for it, and they had an opportunity, and they took it, and then they had a few opportunities to win it in 90 minutes as well. I mean, Rashford missed a great chance right at the end, last kick of the game. And so the warnings were there, but we didn't learn. Anyway, I'm going to let you take it away because I know you're not happy with my mate Diaz.
Yeah, look, it was their cup final. You know, there's no two ways about it. Even their fucking manager wore a tie for the occasion. You know, Rashford decided that he wanted to try. If Man United played like that every game, they'd be a top four side. But you know, they wanted to turn up today. You know, Rashford chasing back, closing down, crowd were loud, and yeah, I think the writing was on the wall a little bit for us earlier on. I mean, it started off loud, and they started off better than us. But I don't know, mate. I mean, you take the lead twice. You know, you concede the first goal, fine, we get that. You take the lead twice, and yeah, just poor. I mean, you know, it was poor. I mean, look, we've played a lot of football lately. I'm not going to start using cliches and talk shit about why and how and all the rest of it. But you know, we've played a lot of football. We know that. But you were like, a stone's throw away from another Wembley outing. And
no disrespect to Coventry, but another final.
Yeah, you know, and they've got to learn from it. I don't look, you know, we're out. Okay, it's the FA Cup. I'm sick and tired. I mean, we did it. Was it the year before last when we were in for every competition and we played in every single game possible in that season? And you know, they've already started the media and you know Sky and fucking everyone else that wants something to talk about quadruples. Now, no one's ever done a quadruple ever, any kind of quadruple. So stop, you know, talking crap about quadruples and heaping pressure and asking managers about quadruples and asking players about quadruples. It's bullshit. But my concerns about the game, you know, take away all this extra hype about the game. My concerns about the game genuinely are the same players, in my opinion, being covered by your 100% players every week. You know, so McAllister for me every week, Endo every week, Van Dijk every week, the keeper now every week, Kwanzaa every week when he's playing. Gomez does a job, doesn't do much of a job. I like him, don't get me wrong, but he's limited in what he does. He will do you a job, okay? The ones that I've got a problem with, okay, is Szoboszlai, who I don't know what's happened there. Fucking, I mean, there was a lot of hype when he came. He had some good games when he came, but it's like he's got cement in his boots now, and I don't see anything from his game at all. Okay, Diaz. I mean, if it's someone I think I've got a vendetta against him or something, or I was after his dad's ransom, but the geezer he doesn't do anything for me. He doesn't do enough. He doesn't do anything to threaten the opposition. You know, he gets into spaces. There was a time today that I remember it. They gave him enough space on the left side of the penalty area where he should have pushed the ball through past them and gone through it, like Kwanzaa did for the goal. Get into that gap and go. No interest. Fucking turn backwards again and goes backwards again. Okay. Gapco, oh fucking hell. I mean, Gapco, he was okay when he turned up at Liverpool. And I thought, you know what? If he kicks on this bloke, he'll be a decent squad player. He's gone fucking worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Nunes, I love him because he's an enigma. He's a fan favourite. Every game you go to, that's all they sing. But stupid decision making time and time again. And this isn't good enough. This is not, I mean, I don't want to get over because it's one game of football. Harvey Elliott. Okay, I mean, he didn't score a goal. It was a fucking deflection. Okay, I mean, it probably wouldn't have made it to the goal. It was so tame. But you've got, what worries me is where we're at with this season. I can live without the FA Cup. But we're in a quarter-final of the Europa League and we're at the business end of a Premier League. Now, we're not playing, jokes aside, when you watch Arsenal play football, I can see a brand of football there. When Man City are playing well, I can see a brand of football there. I struggle to see a regular brand of football with us or a prototype. I know that that's our game. You know what I mean? We saw 2 goals today, 2 deflections. We scored 3 goals. One, the goalkeeper's pushed it out to Salah, which is fine. It's a goal. One, McAllister's had a shot deflection goal. Harvey Elliott deflection goal. I don't see this little triangles or give and goes or pass and move, or I don't see top quality football being played. I haven't seen it for a while. We're getting the results, but we're not playing this kind of football. Now, what worried me about today was we buckled, in my opinion, under the pressure of 65,000 people, Man United fans. And you said it earlier on, I mean, players that are bang average every week, kind of the occasion and the atmosphere and the hostilities and and that worries me because the first mistake today, I think personally, was made by Klopp. He took off the Salah and Robertson. I mean, they've got a break coming up now for 2 weeks. I mean, they're going to go on a friendly or whatever, but get the game won at 2-1. As soon as they went off, I thought, I said that was, for me, why are you taking them 2 off? Because in that cauldron at Old Trafford, and it is a cauldron when they're playing, you know, they're in a big game against, it's their biggest game of the season.
Yeah, but hold on. At the point you took them off, we were dominating the game. They were
okay, nowhere. But you were dominating the game with 2 of your season campaigners on the pitch. You take them off and you fucking replace.
There was still enough there.
No, there wasn't enough because you lost the game. There wasn't enough because you've replaced one of them with Gapco, who can't fucking finish his dinner or can't be bothered to run or doesn't want to play football. So it's not enough.
I think you're being a bit harsh.
No, I'm not being a bit harsh because the fucking stats are there in black and white, mate. You know what I mean? They came off and listen, what you need to stop doing is wearing those rose-tinted spectacles. I'm telling you,
they're clear, man. They're clear.
Yeah, not from where you're looking from. Then, not. I'm telling you, 2 of his Champions League winners, 2 of his Premier League winners, 2 of his most experienced players need to see that game out. You're telling me I'm being a bit harsh. They've come off the pitch and we've conceded 3 goals when they come off the pitch. How am I being a bit harsh?
Listen,
Harvey Elliott is a weak player. Okay, he does things, but he's weak. He's a boy still. We're asking a boy to do a man's job.
Listen, leave Joe alone. All right, leave Joe alone.
Gapco. I mean, he's just gone awfully backwards. So that was a wrong decision, man. I don't care what no one says. You can't take one Salah they're shit scared of. Every team is shit scared of Salah. So that's one thing. As soon as you get rid of Salah, and you bring on Gakpo, you're going to get Man United defenders being told, push 10 yards further forward, move further forward, not worried about fucking him. You know what I mean? You take him off. Robertson, Scottish rat, guile, fought hard, passionate. You can't be doing those things. He took those two players off, and we conceded 3 goals. The players that came on, like I said, Harvey Elliott, he's just a journeyman kind of player. Decent enough in the right game. Playing at home against Crystal Palace or against fucking Nottingham Forest, he'll look like a decent player. Away from home against Man United, he's not cut from that cloth, mate. And don't kid yourself, okay? And Gakpo is a big problem. Now, what worries me is, forget that. That's done. In my opinion, that's done. It was mismanaged, and some of those players have got a lot of fucking answering to do. But we've got 10 cup finals in the league now. Granted, they're not really cup finals. I mean, Sheffield United at home is like a first round of the FA Cup. It's like, that's in my opinion. But you've got to go away to Aston Villa. You've got to play Spurs. You've got to go away to Man United again in the league. Now, if you go away to Man United in the league with that mindset, that's the worrying thing for me. We've played a lot of football. I mean, he came out tonight and, mentioned we played a lot of football and blah, blah, blah. And we have. But, he's got players coming back now. Szoboszlai's come back. Salah's come back. This one's come back that way. He's got players in there. He's got more players than he ever did. So I can't be told. I mean, the football element of it is poor, okay? The decision-making on the edge of the box, the wrong pass on the edge of the box, or the shooting fucking when there's a player standing right in front of you.
These are the things that annoyed me, was, taking shots when it's just not realistic that you're going to get shot.
Pop shots.
No, but the shot is fine. Take a shot at goal. I'm all for that. But not when there's a player standing 1 foot away from you, where you're not going to get it past him. Because too many times we did that. And just, the lack of a composure sometimes when we win the ball. So, for instance, they head the ball to our player, we head the ball back to them. Control the ball. They gave you the ball back. Too many times, just headers, wild headers to no one. It's just, and giving the ball away. I mean, all right, Nunes made the mistake for I think Rashford's goal. I tried a crossfield pass just outside of our penalty area, which is just, even against Man United, who are poor, it's not the pass. He had the ball, just take the ball, run with it. We were leading. Just take the ball and hold it and run forward, go up the field. I just don't understand why he did that. And then, is what. Yeah, and then at the end, that Harvey Elliott, he's just get the ball. He's trying to do some little flick on the edge of their area, and if he doesn't make it, they're through, and that's what happened. And it's just those mistakes there. We can't do them. But look, for me, I hate losing to Manchester United. I mean, I hate it more than I enjoy when we beat them. I hate losing to them. It just hurts. And it's only the FA Cup, yes, and I get that. And I'm not too concerned if we don't win the FA Cup, all right? But, to lose to Man United is just horrible. It's a horrible feeling as a Liverpool.
And that's it. But in a nutshell, it's the way you've lost the game. That's the problem. Everyone wins and loses and draws games of football. It's the manner of the defeat. And when we talk about certain players, you're going to get 1 or 2 mistakes from Van Dijk in a season. McAllister, Endo, Robertson, these kind of players, you stand by them, you trust them. It's these other fucking lot, this other group that, for me, is what's worrying me. Your Diaz,
Yeah, I'm not
Gakpo,
worried moving
Nunes.
forward. I'm not worried. I think
No,
we've
because
lost.
Jensen, you're never worried. It doesn't
I
matter.
know I
It's
am. Of course,
irrelevant.
I'm worried.
No,
Of
you're
course,
not,
I
because
get
I've never
worried.
heard you once. No, in all the
I
time I've
do.
known you, you've
No.
never ever said or seen what I've seen. You know, you can't tell me you can trust these players making stupid mistakes. Control the game, keep the ball, don't do anything silly. That fucking Nunes giving the ball away, Kelleher, the poor fucker's conceded. He's put his hands up in the air as if to say, "What the fuck are you doing, mate?" So
Mm.
there's an amount of players there that are no good at what we would need them to do. They're not Mane, they're not Firmino's, okay, and they're not good at they're not good at that part of the game.
Listen,
Now,
Mane and Firmino, legends, yes, but they made mistakes in games too.
everyone makes
So
mistakes,
look,
but some make miles more than others.
okay,
You know,
but we
I look
look.
at Diaz
Let's look
today.
at the facts. We've lost
No,
2 games
that
in the
Diaz,
last 22 games.
that Diaz gave the ball away today so many times, so many times, so many times. It's just you can't. I mean,
Yeah,
I've heard enough people now coming out like I did about 6 months ago, a bit longer actually. I'm not liking what I see from that player. Too inconsistent.
but then you talk about style of football, and yes, Arsenal play good football. Man City play good possession football as well. But you can't say we don't have a brand of football. We do have a brand of football. We play high intensity football,
Yeah.
and
No, high intensities without the fucking ball.
no, with the ball as well. We
I'm talking
play
about
dynamic attacking. Look at what we did to Man City last week. Yeah, that was a brand of football. And when we play like that, no team can live with us.
Did you win the game?
No, we didn't win the game.
Right, you didn't win the game. Thank you.
We didn't win the game.
Right, okay, fine. Let's ask you a simple question. Did you win the game? And the answer was no. Because a group of players, like I just said to you, aren't good at their jobs. We're lucky to have McAllister, World Cup winner, world-class player, in my opinion, fantastic player. Endo, who's an excellent, fantastic defensive midfielder. Kanate, Kwanzaa, next to Van Dijk, Robertson, the goalkeeper was fantastic. That Connor Bradley, very good kid. I don't know why I didn't play him today. But the rest of them, I'm sorry, mate, but you've got to ask yourself seriously. I mean, Salah, obviously, but the same players that I keep on mentioning to you. Your Diaz's, your Gakpo, your Nunes is. I like him. Don't get me wrong, but as much good that the problem with him is, as much nice things that he does and good things that he does in a game of football or a season, he does as many bad things. Now, and that you can't have that. Football's a percentage game. You can't go and play like a demon.
I still wouldn't swap him for any other striker.
No, and I
like him.
Young guy. I like him. But you can't be giving the ball away on the edge of your penalty area away to Man United.
I don't think he'll do that again. I don't think he'll do that.
He'd done it a few weeks back. It's not. So, look, the game's done. Learn from it.
And hopefully this will hurt them, and it will make them, like I think you said it earlier, if they felt arrogant and unbeatable, now they will know they're not there yet.
When we lost to Arsenal, there was a reaction. The shame about it is now there's not going to be another game now for 2 weeks. That really pisses me off. That after losing today in the manner that we lost, we're not going to have a chance to get back out onto a football pitch.
I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing.
It's not, because they're going away. Every single player's going away. It's not a good thing. They're not having a rest.
No, I know that, but I think it's a good thing, because I think they have played. How many games have they played in the last 2 or 3 weeks? They've played about 9 games, 10 games. I mean, they've played constantly 2, sometimes 3 games a week for the last 3 weeks. Yeah, so I think the rest from club football, I know it's not a rest that we play in international football, whatever, but I think to forget about Liverpool and the pressure of Liverpool and go and play with your country, like the Salahs, the Szoboszlais, the McAllister, wherever they're going, good. Just go play with your national team. refresh, and then come back. And then we've got, like you said, 10 games left in the league and the Europa League to focus on, and that's it. And then let's just go for it, because for me, I think you said it earlier, and I thought it. We got to play Manchester United in the league. I'd rather take 3 points off of them than win today.
So, absolutely.
So if we didn't win today, all right, it's disappointing. And I'm not saying before all of the deluded gooners start texting saying, "Oh no, now you don't care about the game today." No, I do care about the game today, but I'd if I'm losing one of these games, I'd lose this one, and we've lost it. So fine, fair enough. But when we go back in the league, and when we go back in the league, we'll have Trent back, Jota back, Alisson back. So
I don't think they'll be back for Brighton. They won't be back for the first game. It'll be the week after I think they're going to be back. They're not going to be
Sheffield
back for
United.
Yeah, look. There's enough there, but Jota, natural goal scorer, a great.
And he was in. It's such a shame because he was in such good form when he was injured. And all right, we haven't really missed him, but today was a day where if he came on, he would have scored today in that game. He would have scored the chances we had. He would have scored. He's a very clever player, and it's disappointing today.
I think
because we had the game in our hands, and that's what really. If we'd have got outplayed for the whole game and lost, fair enough. I don't care. But we dominate. It was like almost too easy the way we were.
Lee Dixon in the second half said Man United have been dreadful in the second half. Yeah, we were 2-1 up. We're coasting.
It wasn't they were dreadful. We made them look dreadful.
Well, regardless, it doesn't matter. They're not good.
We had too much for them.
They're dreadful. They've got a dreadful attitude. A lot of their players. Their manager's not very good. So it doesn't take a lot. Don't take too much credit on.
Their fans will be happy tonight. So good for them. But they're not going to win this trophy anyway. They won't win it.
Irrelevant to us. We don't care. They'll beat Coventry. They'll get to a final, and in a cup final, anything's possible.
City or Chelsea, both of them will beat them.
It's irrelevant, but I don't care what happens in that competition. Now, what I'm talking about is what we did today was very naive. It was very, to score 3 goals away from home and not win the game is criminal. To take the lead. For Liverpool, we're talking about Liverpool standard, is criminal. To take the lead twice away from home and not win the game is criminal. Now, I'll take your point about lots of games, fatigue, this one, that one, etc.
I don't think the players were tired, like physically.
No, mentally makes you make mistakes. I know that. So, look, it is what it is. I'm not going to, but I found, look, there's players there that are just, for me, there's just not at the level I think that we need. Look, you can win the Carabao Cup, you may well go and win the Europa League, you might even win the Premier League. But, great side, no, it's not a great side. It's a hard-working side.
Give them a chance, man. Give them a chance. This is the first season for this team.
I know that. But what I'm saying is, Diaz is not his first season. This is Diaz's 3rd season, mate.
Listen, I'm not talking about individual players. I'm talking about this team now, now.
Why are you talking about a team with a new fucking manager coming next season? There's no point in talking about a team.
It's not irrelevant. It's not irrelevant.
It is irrelevant because in 10 games' time, there'll be a new manager there.
Yeah, I know that. But hold on. Right now, this is Klopp's rebuild Liverpool, okay? We changed. What we did this summer is it's almost unheard of for us to be in the position we're in now. He changed the whole midfield, whether it was by design or whatever happened. He changed everyone. Henderson left, Fabinho left, Milner. Who was the other? Oxlade-Chamberlain, Keita. All right, some of these players didn't play a lot for us, yeah? I know that. They were injured all the time. But that's 5 players gone that we had in the team. And he replaced them with Szoboszlai, Endo, McAllister. and he's brought some kids through as well. We've had horrendous injuries, and for me, Klopp and the coaching staff and the players as well have done an exceptional job to be where we are this season and to have played the way we've played as well. It's been an exciting season, I mean, there's been a few disappointments away to Arsenal in the league. That was disappointing. Van Dijk mistake with Alisson, but that's about all I think Van Dijk's done wrong all season. And Alisson, today is disappointing because obviously it's Man United and we've lost to the team we don't want to lose to. So that's another disappointing thing. And hold on, and then I'll bring you back in one sec. And then the other thing is the youngsters that have come through and done so well this year, Quansah, Bradley. I mean, these guys, they're not going there. They're going to be in the first team next year. They're going to be playing next year, those two. Elliot, I don't know. Is he going to be at Liverpool long term? I don't know. Sorry, Joe, not Elliot, Joe. I don't know if Joe's going to be there long term. But look, he's doing a job for us right now. And yeah, it's been nothing short of incredible how we've been this year. So I'm not going to be too hard on it. I'm not going to be too hard.
Never too hard. Look, we'll evaluate the season at the end of the season. Now, at the moment, okay, you put yourself into the race. You're in a position to challenge. We'll see what they're made out of now. There's no good talking about him and this, and we've rebuilt and this and that. It was shocking last season. We couldn't have got worse than last season, by the way. We finished 5th last season. So the fact that he got rid of his midfield and went and bought a whole load of players, okay, we're challenging, but let's see where we end up. And
remember as well, the midfielders we got were probably not the first. We wanted Bellingham. We didn't get him. We wanted Caicedo. We didn't get him. We wanted Lavia. We didn't get him. So what's most impressive about this rebuild is that Liverpool didn't just go and say, you know what, okay, we didn't get Bellingham, we didn't get Caicedo, we didn't get Lavia, the 3 big names that were being bandied about. Let's go and get another big name. No, they went and got
World Cup winner.
Yeah, but McAllister was bought like at the end of the season almost. The deal was done straight away. I'm talking about the other players they brought in, apart from Sobbers.
You need to at the end of the season see where you're at. If you end up this season with just the Carabao Cup, that will tell you that it's been a bad season again. Really,
it's been disappointing if we just win.
Well, that's what I'm saying because I'm just putting you into a scenario of where you're at and where you finish. That's what I'm saying. If from today you look at where we are left in this season, what we've got left. If you end up this season, all right, you're going to finish in the top 4. If you end up with just the Carabao Cup this season, then it will be deemed as a poor season. And as I said, Gakpo, 2nd season at Liverpool, Diaz, 3rd season at Liverpool. These players, Harvey Elliott, young player, but is he good enough? He fucked off Fabio Carvalho last year on a whim, gone. Okay, and he's playing for Hull at the moment. He's playing well, scoring every week. Harvey Elliott, I suspect he's a little bit of a yes man, a little bit of he's a good worker, honest worker, and I don't believe he's playing for Liverpool because of his footballing skills or his footballing capabilities. I think
he's a good player, man.
Good players play for Crystal Palace, Jason, and Wolves. I'm not denying that he's a good player. What I'm saying is he's not where he's not a Foden, is he?
No, he's not Foden. But then there's not any Fodens. There's only one Foden, right?
But what I'm saying is we persistently play this player, and I think the reason he's playing is because he's an honest player. He's a hard-working player. He does as he's told, and that's probably it. He's not playing for Liverpool because of his footballing capabilities or for his footballing expertise.
Let me ask you a question. So why did they sign him when he was 15?
He's a project. He's only 21 now, whatever. He's 22. He's still a project.
20.
They're not 20. He's 21 now. But he's a project. Now, you can't carry on. You have to admit defeat, or if he doesn't kick on, or he doesn't do what he should be doing, then, as I said, I think he's playing for Liverpool because of his just hard work and tenacity.
Harvey Elliott's 20 years old.
Look, I'm not splitting hairs. His birthday's on the 4th of April. He'll be 21 in 2 weeks. If it makes you happy, send him a birthday card. All right? He's 21. Now,
I'm going to send him a picture of Joe's haircut. I say, look, our mate, you've got to be tribute.
That's why he's playing football. Gapco. I mean, sometimes, I don't know. Anyway, look, the game's done. There's a few players there, like I said, that I trust. There's a few players that are good enough to win leagues, good enough to win European competitions. In my opinion, there's 3 or 4, 5 players there now that are bugging me big time. I mean, Diaz has bugged me for 18 months.
There's a rumour that Barcelona want Diaz 100 million.
Don't be so stupid. I'll take it. I'll fly the plane, mate. It's PSG that wanted him. Szoboszlai's another one. I mean, we haven't spoken about him again. I mean, came to Liverpool, had a few good games. Everyone was going on about how great he was. I'm not quite sure what he does. I mean, he's a very arrogant footballer, as in plays with a lot of swagger, plays with a lot of, flair, tries to play with a lot of flair. But what does he do? He doesn't create.
What he doesn't
score.
He does create. He has scored some goals.
Oh my God. Can you not admit something for once? When was the last time Szoboszlai? Oh, okay, he scored a couple of weeks.
No. He hasn't. No, he hasn't been playing at the level when he first came. When he first came, everyone was saying, "Oh, this is a superstar," and it was like almost McAllister. McAllister was slightly under the radar, and people were saying, "Oh, McAllister doesn't look good. He doesn't look great." And then Szoboszlai started to drop off. I'm not saying he's playing brilliantly. But
he came to Liverpool as apparently a world-class free kick taker. He don't even get to take the fucking free kicks. So I'm not, you can go on about, there's 4 or 5 players there now who play a lot of football for the club, but in my opinion, just are not pulling up any trees, mate. And he's one of them. Diaz another one. Gapco's another one. Nunes, I'm not going to include it because Nunes can do one thing, which
you'll get lynched by Liverpool fans if you want him out.
I don't want him out. And last week at the City game, I was talking to the bloke next to me, and it's nice to hear other people's opinions and he goes, Diaz doesn't do anything. He goes, I could do what Diaz does. Gets the ball, plays it sideways, plays it backwards.
I know you're talking about, but that guy's about 100 years old, mate. He can do what Diaz does.
Well, there you go. If a 100-year-old thinks he can do what Diaz does, there you go. So
listen. I'm gonna tell you something now. Diaz is going to have a big moment in this season.
Oh, Jason,
you'll see. You'll see.
Yeah, I'm bored.
My mate Diaz.
I'm bored of your ignorance and your stubbornness.
It's stubborn.
He is stubborn. I'm telling you. When did I first mention Diaz to you? Remember the game? Quickly.
Was it the Palace game?
It was the Palace game. We were watching it together, and I was slagging him off, and he went and scored a ropey goal. And then went,
ropey goal.
That was 18 months ago. That was 2 years ago, and nothing's changed, mate. So, and lots of people, you read it on the forums, you read it on everywhere. There's a lot of people not happy with that player, mate. And he doesn't cause enough problems. Salah's,
let's see what happens.
That's what I said. We'll evaluate the season. But today, I think Klopp got it wrong with 2 of his substitutions far too early. 75th minute, 74th minute, whatever it was. The game wasn't 1 or 2-1, mate. Wrong decision for me. If you wanted to make the substitution, I don't know why, but if you wanted to bring Bradley on, do whatever, take Szoboszlai off, put Gomez into midfield like he's done before, do whatever. But Salah and Robertson, for me, two of your corporals, never mind soldiers, they're 2 of your top players, made life much, much easier for Man United. And, that one's going to be, to talk about players, and Klopp's, he's not infallible. Sometimes you can criticise the manager as well. But I think that was a wrong decision. There was no need. That 2-1 away you've only gone and helped them, and that's what's happened.
Yeah,
Shame,
disappointing, but we move on.
Like you say, sometimes it's who you lose. If we lost 4-3 away to, I don't know, Wolves in the FA Cup, you wouldn't have been as pissed off about it as you are that it's Man United. But like I said, it was their cup final. You can see it from the beginning. Rashford the other week, there was viral videos on him not tracking Ross Barkley against Luton because it was only Luton. And today he was like a man possessed. Well, Fernandes, man possessed. Scott McTominay, man possessed.
Yeah, I know. And now Rashford's
even
eased the pressure on himself.
And even Eric Ten Hag put a tie on for the occasion as well. So and the commotion that comes with Liverpool. Liverpool lose a game and there's meltdowns everywhere from every fans.
And that should tell you something. We don't.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. The Liverpool lose to Man, and there's a meltdown from Arsenal fans that we knocked out in the third round, or this one, or that one, or this one, or that one. Ridiculous. So that's what comes with a successful club as Liverpool. Look, we'll take the defeat on the chin. I'd like to see 3 or 4 of the. I'd like to see 3 or 4 of these players step up now. There's massive games. You could look at Atlanta in the Europa League that we drew last on Friday, and you take them lightly. If you take a slender league to Italy, might not be good enough. You can get caught out there as well. So they need to step up. Some of these players need to step up. They need to be clinical. They need to be professional. They need to be composed in hostile atmospheres. We're winning 2-1. The old Liverpool that was controlling it. They used to keep the ball. Teams never used to touch the ball for minutes. Today we were too keen to give the ball back straight away. So it is what it is.
Yeah, disappointing, man. Disappointing. Never mind. We move on. Yep. Get your comments in. What do you guys think? Is Yaz right? Should we sell Diaz tomorrow? Free transfer?
No, I didn't say free transfer. There's a monetary value to him.
Did Klopp get the subs wrong? Comment. Let us know what you think, man. Anyway, have a good rest of the evening, and Cop Talk is on a little break for a week or 2, and we'll see you both on the next one. Take care of yourselves.
Hello, guys.
Later.